Yes. And, oh, no, this one. Okay. All right. And there we are. End of chapter 3. Okay. All right. Just making sure everybody's here. And mics are muted. Okay. Yep. Looks good. All right, so chapter 3. What we did last time is we looked at 2 different cases. One was the easier one, the easier one, and one was a slightly complicated one. The easier one that I'm referring to is the shoe example. We had black and brown shoes, right? The second one was slightly complicated because the goods were not related. So what I would like to recap and what I would like you to remember from this chapter is this. When we're dealing with 2 identical goods, means they're structurally identical, therefore, the same equipment, the same machinery must be used. So the technology to produce this type of goods are identical. Identical technology. Identical technology. And that defines the shape of PPF. Okay, we have brown shoes and black shoes. And production possibilities frontier for those 2 identical goods that use identical technology is a straight line. Okay. We also talked about the opportunity cost. Remember, we said to gain 1 pair of brown shoes, we have to give up 1 pair of black shoes. So the gain and the loss with straight PPF is 1 to 1. Okay. Our second example was 2 different goods, butter and milk. Okay. They're related, coming from the cow, right? But they're not the same. And the difference in the structure of these 2 goods call for different technology. And this different technology, remember we said inputs tend to specialize. A bread maker is designed to make a loaf of bread. An ice cream maker is designed to make a gallon of ice cream. Okay, ingredients for 1 gallon of ice cream when put into a bread maker will get you no bread, right? Or ingredients for 1 loaf of bread when put into an ice maker will get you no ice, right? Technology tend to specialize. Different goods call for different technology. Therefore, the PPF that we had for butter and milk. Remember? It was not a straight line. It was a curved, bowed out line, okay? And we also learned that the opportunity cost gain versus loss, the opportunity cost, what we've been losing, is not one-to-one as in the shoes example. Remember, we looked at what it would cost us if we could keep moving up and to the left along the PPF. Every step from point F to point E to point D, C, B, and A, retracing our steps. Every movement will give us 10 extra pounds of butter, every point. But what it cost us, okay, we'll have to give up more and more and more and more milk for every new 10 pounds of butter. So the opportunity cost for a curved PPF is not one-to-one. The opportunity cost of butter in terms of milk increases as we move up and to the left along the PPF. Okay, let's write it down. The opportunity cost of butter in terms of milk. Okay, we're gaining butter and giving up milk. The opportunity cost of butter in terms of milk increases. We'll have to give up more and more milk to gain the same 10 pounds of butter. Increases as we move up and to the left along the PPF. Okay. This is what a difference in technology does. It changes the shape of the PPF and it changes the proportion. How much of milk we're going to lose if we keep gaining 10 pounds of butter. Okay. Right. So what would I want you to take out from this class? Okay. Every time we talk about identical goods, like brown shoes and black shoes, I would want you, the picture of the straight PPF get instantly to your brain, okay? This is what it is. This is the picture of production possibilities, a straight PPF for identical goods. Every time we mention different goods, or you deal with a question that mentions or deals with different goods, your PPF is a curved line, and the opportunity cost is not one-to-one, okay? Right? What I usually do when we would have face-to-face experience in classes and exams, I would ask kids to draw a PPF, giving them an examples. Like I would say, look at this brown and pink leather gloves. Completely identically gloved, draw the PPF. Or look at the picture frames and coffee mugs, right? Draw the PPF. But of course, being online and taking all the assignments online, drawing becomes a problem. So what you should expect based on this chapter, questions like, you are dealing with apples and peaches, okay? A farm that produces fruits. What PPF are you going to draw, okay? And I'll just leave you an empty place for you to answer. I might even ask why, or I could just say, okay, you're dealing with diamond rings and wristwatches. What shape of PPF you're going to draw and why? The answer would be the PPF will be curved because these two are different goods. The only explanation I will ever ask is why the PPF is shaped the way you tell me it is. And the answer is it's either straight line because goods are identical, or it's a curved line because goods are different. Okay, right? All right, any questions? Anything you want me to go back to? Excuse me. No? Okay. One more point in this chapter. Okay, so that's nice. All these pictures are nice, but it's still more like an academic application. What's the use of a PPF concept in real life? Well, you know, PPF represents production opportunities, right? If we are to use the concept of PPF to represent the entire economy, all right, this is going to be not my favorite example, but you know, it serves a purpose. If I'm giving you these two goods, tell me which PPF are we going to draw? They have ice cream and tanks. Horrible example. Missiles, the only thing that comes to mind.
It would be curved.
Curved, very good, because these two goods are completely different. I mean, you can't find more different goods. Ice cream is a completely peaceful, right? the smell of our childhood, ice cream good, and things. So curved PPF, okay? Given how drastically different these two goods are, okay, imagine that this PPF represents an economy because goods that are being produced sometimes are close to each other, not necessarily identical, but mostly all the goods are different. So this is PPF that represents the entire economy. Okay, this distance is how much of ice cream is being produced, say, ice cream production for this economy, say in 2008. This is total tank production. Why did I pick this good? Production in 2008. Okay. Why did I pick 2008? Because 2009 was the beginning of Great Recession. Okay, and we started with the financial meltdown. Financial meltdown that crippled the entire world because of the financial connections between countries. Okay, like COVID virus is so easily transmitted. Any financial disease, given how tight all the countries are connected, will be transmitted just as fast. And that's exactly what happened in 2009, okay? Starting with subprime mortgage crisis, a bunch of financial instruments just exploded, okay? Crushing the banking system, crushing the stock market, crushing the bonds market, and just flushing all this negativity over the borders into different countries. Okay, by saying the economy being crippled, it's to say that the production of everything stopped or got greatly reduced, right? Fewer ice creams were produced, fewer in 2009, fewer tanks were produced in 2009. So look what happened to PPF that represents the entire economy when the economy plunged into a recession. It shifted inwards, okay? The decrease in output of every single good, the decrease in production of every single good pushed the economy into a recession. And the best way to illustrate that is to use the PPF for two different goods and shift the PPF inwards, okay, towards the point of origin. Okay, but then slow, bit by bit, the economy was climbing out, and by 2016, it didn't feel that way, but all the indicators were showing by 2016, okay, the ice cream production was higher than before, and tanks production was higher than before, right? So as the economy was recovering, the recovery or production of more of every single good, and we're observing or representing it or showing it through a PPF shifting outward, okay? Think about pushing the boundaries, making it possible to produce more. So that's a simple use of a PPF when we have the PPF representing the entire economy, okay? Okay. Any questions? Anything? And that concludes our discussion for chapter 3. Okay? I'm gonna get a sip of water and okay. And now, new page. Okay. Help with homework 1. You don't know me, I don't know you, you don't know what kind of questions I'm asking, what exactly I ask you to do. So what we're going to do now, maybe for 10, 15 minutes, is to run similar questions to what I'm asking you to do for homework number 1. Okay? Let's see. So what major concepts we've been working with? The opportunity cost, the total cost, right? Then the PPF, different shapes of PPFs and how it behaves given the different conditions of the economy. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Here, we have 2 goods. Let me see. Okay, beans and grains. Okay, wheat, anything. Okay. Think of a farmer. Yeah, I don't know why, because we're in the middle of farmland and almost all my examples farms. Well, at this point, okay. So we will have different business combinations. Business combination is how much beans and grains a farmer can produce. So for a business A combination, the farmer can get 11 bushels. Yeah, let's do bushels. And 19 in grain. For B, we're looking at 13 and 15. For C, 16. This is 11. For D is 21, 6, A, B, C, D, and the last one, E, is 27, and grains is 3. Okay? All right, you all see that. So, where A, B, C, D, and E's are production combinations. Okay? Right? So here's the first question. If the farmer is producing at point A, then what is his opportunity cost if he moves to point C? Okay. You can all unmute your mics and just talk with me. What is the opportunity cost of the farmer moving from combination A to combination C?
He loses out on 8 grain for moving from A to C.
Very good. 8 in grains. Okay. How did we get there? Well, at A, we have 11 units of beans and 19 of grains. If we move to C, we will have 16 units of beans. Okay. Moving from 11 in beans to 16, it's a gain. This is not the definition of the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost is defined as a loss. So moving from beans to grains, if we move from A to B, we will move from 19 to 11. We will have to give up 8 units of grain. And that's exactly our opportunity cost. That's our answer. Okay, very good. Let's do number 2. What is the opportunity cost of moving from B to D? B to D. The opportunity cost is
9 grain.
9 grain. Very good. Okay, now please note how I write the answers. Okay, just 9 grains or 8 grains. There is no plus, there is no minus. Okay, writing minus 8 grains or minus 9 grains is a mistake, and an answer like that will not be counted, will not get you any credit. Why? Because here, let's say you're going to buy a loaf of bread. Okay, you went inside the store, you paid $3, you're in the car driving back home. You're not thinking, I just lost minus $3, right? What are you thinking? You're thinking, I just paid $3. What you have in mind is the value of what cost you, $3. The same here. The opportunity cost of moving from A to C is 8 units of grain, not -8. The opportunity cost of moving from B to D is 9 units of grain, not -9. Okay, right? Let's do one more. Well, you know what? Let's do something harder. Okay, here, green, light green. What is the opportunity cost of moving from E to C? From E to C.
It would be 11 beans.
Very good. Okay. This example works both ways. You either go from down, A to B, B to C, C to D, but you also could go up. Again, what are we looking for? We're looking for a loss. As we move from A to C, right? Our usual previous examples, grain. In grains, we're moving from 3 to 11. We're gaining. This is not our loss. Our loss is what we actually lost, what the opportunity cost, right? And that move, we're moving from 27 units to 16 in beans. We're losing 11, right? 11 units of beans. Okay. So this is an excellent question, and it's on for the homework number 1, and it's an excellent question for a test, okay? How do you deal with that? You remember that the opportunity cost of any choice is a loss, right? And as you write it down, you simply give me the value that we lost. 11 beans, 9 grains, 8 grains. Writing just the number 11 will not get you any credit because there are 2 goods present and I want to make sure you understand which one you're losing. Okay? Right? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
How'd you get 8 grains?
8 grains. Okay. So you're looking for the first question, right?
Yeah.
As we move from A to C, from A to C. Okay, getting really, let me go back to the black one. Okay, at A, you have 11 units of beans and 19 of grains. At C, you have 16 units of beans and 11 of grains. You're looking at these 2 goods to see which one you're losing on. Okay, in beans, you're moving from 11 to 16. It's a gain. So this is not the opportunity cost. But in grains, you're moving from 19 to 11. The loss is 8 units. You see that?
Yeah.
Loss of 8 units. And that is our opportunity cost. That's what's defined is the opportunity cost, our loss, number of units. Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay, this one getting a little bit too muddy, so let us move to a different example. How did I call it? Question 1. Let's look at question 2. Okay. Wheat and soybeans. Oh, let's use something else. Okay. Cotton and corn. Let's see. Let me get the pictures ready for you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let me, okay, take the corn right there. So the vertical axis, we're producing cotton. The horizontal one, we're producing corn. Let's see what I have. C. Let's have these points. D, E, A, and B. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. This is an excellent question, again, about the opportunity cost. Okay. So let's say we are producing at point E over here. What is the opportunity cost of our move to C? If we move to C, what would be our opportunity cost from E to C?
Loss of 200 cotton.
Okay, almost correct. The opportunity cost, the answer to the question does not use the words loss or gain. You just need to give me the actual number. Okay, you're absolutely correct saying it's 200 units of cotton, but that's all your answer must be. Okay, 200 units of cotton. That's it. You see, I did not write loss or gain, just the value that we lost. Other than that, excellent answer. Okay. How did you get that answer? Or somebody else, if somebody else can willing to explain, how did we get, because I'm sure some students are confused.
Well, you go down the curve from 300 to 100.
Okay, so point E, very good, comes with 300 units of cotton produced. Point C comes with only 100 units of cotton to produce. So E also comes with 200 units of corn and C with 400 units of corn. So in corn, as we move from E to C, we're gaining. That's not the problem. The problem is the loss. And the loss is moving from 300 units of cotton to 2. And therefore the answer, 200 units of cotton. Okay, very good. Number 2, what is the opportunity cost if we're moving from D to E? From D to E.
It would be 200 cotton.
Say it again, please.
It'd be 200 cotton.
The opportunity cost from D to E.
The 100.
No,
It'd be 100.
100 of cotton. Very good. 100 of cotton. Very good. Excellent. Again, the reason I brought the first question as a table, you can look at the second question as a graphical representation of the table, because all these points, A, B, C, and D, still give you the production of two goods, cotton and corn. So when I ask you about the opportunity cost, I'm literally asking you, if you're making that move, what is it that you're losing? That's opportunity cost. Okay, let's try again. Let's try something harder. What is the opportunity cost of moving from B, let me get the red one, from B to E? From, losing from B.
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yeah,
So on the last one, would it be cotton or corn? For the last question.
oh, you're
Maybe
right.
corn.
You are right, it is corn. Thank you for catching that one. Yep. That's right. Excellent eyes. Okay, 100 of corn. Very good for number 2. Great catch. Okay, For number 3, let's go back to number 3. What if we are currently producing at point B and would like to move to point E? What is the opportunity cost? What would be the loss? It's a weird word. I'm gonna.
Are you not losing anything? You're just gaining?
Very good. Excellent question. Excellent point. There is no loss. Look at this. At B, we're producing 200 of cotton and 200 of corn. But at E, we're still at 200 of corn, but more of cotton. There is no loss. How is it possible? So that, first of all, okay, let's answer the question. The opportunity cost of move from B to E is 0, none, nothing. Why? Remember we talked about points on the frontier and under the frontier. We said that points on the frontier are attainable and efficient. Points under the frontier are still attainable, still within physical ability of a firm or a farm to produce, but they're not efficient. So the movement from anywhere under the frontier to the frontier will simply increases our efficiency. All of a sudden, you have all your workers are working for you. Every unit of the equipment is being used and is working. You're increasing your efficiency. There is no loss. Moving from under the PPF to PPF is an increase in efficiency. Therefore, no loss. Okay, or at least the way it's presented. Okay. All right. The same will apply if I say, what is the opportunity cost as we move from B to D, right? The answer will be the same. The opportunity cost or 0, or there is no opportunity cost because we're moving from a lower efficiency to higher efficiency. Okay. All right, let's have one more, number 4. What is the opportunity cost of moving from C to A? What can you tell me about that move?
It's not obtainable.
It's not obtainable. It's not possible. So that would be the answer. Okay, we cannot discuss the opportunity cost of a move that is not possible. Very good. Very good. Okay, not possible.
It's not possible because it's not on a map.
Yes, because it's way beyond the PPF. Yes, very good. It's not on the map. The only attainable points are on the frontier and under the frontier. Everything beyond is not attainable.
Okay.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Therefore, the answer to any question, or I could say, what is the opportunity cost of moving from E to A? The answer is the same. A is not possible, is not obtainable. So there is no discussion of opportunity cost or gain. Okay. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. All right. So let us move to chapter 4. Excuse me. Chapter 4. Supply and demand. We're going to spend half today on Thursday, and probably next Tuesday. We're going to work through the entire chapter 4 because it literally builds the foundation for any other work we will be doing this class, supply and demand. Okay, so any economy, doesn't matter, pick any country, developed, developing, emerging markets, doesn't matter. Any economy is driven by two major forces. There is nothing else, okay? Driven by two major forces, supply and demand, okay? We're gonna start with demand. Okay. The only reason you see different goods available for sale on the shelves of different stores, different services available for sale, the only reason these goods and services available for sale, it's because there is someone who wants to buy them. Okay, so the demand comes from consumers. And who is this consumers? It's us. You and your friends, your family, your parents, your relatives, me, my family, every one of us, every single one of us is called a consumer because we consume, okay? We walk into the store and we consume. Not necessarily in such graphic expressions, but still, okay? The demand comes from consumers. Every time you say, I need something, that's your verbal expression of demand, okay? Of course, we don't go around the house saying, I demand gas, I demand fish. We don't say that, right? We use our normal everyday language. Hey, I need to go to a store to buy bread, fish, meat, veggies, whatever, okay? I need is the same thing as to say, I demand. Okay? But it's slightly everyday, slightly slangish form. Okay? I need a verbal expression of demand. When you write your shopping list, you put it in your purse, in your wallet, in your pocket, you get in the car. The minute you enter a store, physical or virtual, the minute you start loading up goods in your basket, virtual or physical, you're physically expressing your demand, okay? Right? Right. When we go to buy things that we need, we are expressing our demand for goods and services. The more often you go to a store, physical or virtual, Amazon, right? The more often you do that, the greater your demand for goods and services. The more seldom you go to a store, virtual or physical, the lower your demand for goods and services. But every time you say, I need, or actually get in the car and go to a store, you are expressing your demand. Okay? Right? So our demand, okay. Everything that we consume, literally everything, can be broken into two major categories. And the way we treat these categories explains our behavior as consumers. The first category, something we absolutely have to stay alive. What is it? A roof over our head for the weather, like now, right? You have to have a place to sleep, to live, to hide from the weather. You have to have one set of clothes, one pair of shoes. You have to have some bare minimum of food to stay alive. All of it must have to stay alive are called necessities. Okay? We must have this. We must have this to stay alive. Okay?
I have a question.
Floor to sleep on, not the bed. No, just floor. You have to have some hard surface to sleep on. Or maybe some people sleep standing, or no, I think only giraffes do that. Sitting, okay? One pair of shoes, one outfit. That's it. Okay? But this is very uncomfortable, right? Sleeping on the floor. Did you try it? It really does something to your neck and to your back and to your back. It's much more comfortable if you have a bed and a really nice mattress. It is much more convenient and more comfortable if you have a second pair of shoes, right? If you walk today all day and you got back home to your place and your shoes are kind of saturated and God knows how they stink, right? And if they're still wet in the morning, next morning, surely you don't want to put them on. You want to put your second pair. Okay? Then that issue is one outfit.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
In the parentheses, what does that say?
What parentheses? Which
Then,
ones?
below the arrow.
Probably necessity. The last ones, it says necessities.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Let me write nicely. I don't know if it's nicer than before. Okay. Necessities, something that we absolutely must have to stay alive. So back to the outfit. You have to have one outfit. Stores are not going to let you in if you're undressed. Okay. But having one outfit, heck, it gets dirty, it gets smelly. And then really sometimes when it's like working days, I'm not doing laundry at the end of the working day. I'm just going to put the second outfit next day. So for the convenience and to feel comfortable, we would like to have a second pair of shoes, second outfit, a bed with a mattress to sleep comfortably. Okay, but all this additional stuff, we don't have to have it to stay alive. All of it for comfort level. Okay, so here's our second large category that we demand: goods and services that supply comfort level. Okay, let's call them comfort level goods. Okay. Comfort level goods, plural, comfort level goods. Something that we must have to stay alive. We're going to buy it without questions. Okay. But once we have that in place, everything else, that comfort level good, that's where the price will matter. Okay. Let me give you an example. Back then, when we still had JCPenney, you guys probably were not even here because it's been gone for at least 10 years, more than that. JCPenney, tiny, not like old-fashioned conventional JCPenney's that you can spend days in. No, a very small, tiny JCPenney, but still, you know, and what I used to do, let's see, my son was what, 2? So it must have been 2004. Yes. So what I would usually do when I'm done with my classes, and back then it was face-to-face. So after teaching 3 classes face-to-face, holding 3 hours in office hours, I would be completely and totally mentally dead. Okay, so just to relax and not to look at books and homework and screen, I would just drive to JCPenney and just walk around, lay my eyes to rest and look at some. I never like the counter, jewelry counter. They all look kind of, anyway, so I would look at something else. I would look at, my son was 2, so I would eventually end up at the kids section. And I remember this day, I walked in, I think it was February, just like this. I walked in and they had this cute turtlenecks and sweatpants for 2-year-olds at 99 cents each. Imagine that, brand new stuff, 99 cents pants and 99 cents turtleneck. I bought them all. I bought all they had right there on the counter. Okay. I think it was maybe 8 pairs of pants and 3 or 4 turtlenecks. Oh my God, they were so cute. Did my son needed 10 pairs? No, no, no. There are only 7 days in the week and I can do laundry over the weekend, right? What possessed me to buy all of them? Does anybody?
They were only 99 cents.
99, I mean, you cannot possibly beat that price, right? What can you possibly do for 99 cents? Nothing. And here I was standing and looking at a set, pants, 99 cents and turtleneck. Oh my God, of course I bought them all, right? Who would blame me, right? So, like my son didn't have pants and turtlenecks. Of course he did. He has so much clothes, more than I do, okay? But I cannot let those pants go at 99 cents, right? Am I right or am I right? Of course you're gonna agree with me. Here's another example. I think it was back in West Virginia when I was finishing my PhD. And again, just to relax, right? I went to the local mall and of course, I think it was the same time of the year. They had all their clothes on sale and there was a rack, like $2.99. And there was a slightly older woman looking through the pants and she would pull out a pair and she would say, look at me and she would say, I already have 10 pairs of pants. I don't need the 11th one, but look at the price. It's $2. How can I not buy them, right? Exactly the same reason is with me in 99 cents per pair of pants for my son, right? So when we talk about the comfort level goods, the price is all that we need to make the decision to buy or not to buy. Let me tell you, those turtlenecks and sweatpants, the regular price was $9.99. Let me ask you this. If I hit that pile of pants and turtlenecks when they were priced at $9.99, how many would have bought? What do you think?
Maybe only a pair or two.
No, $10 for a 2-year-old? Forget it. He
No,
had,
I wouldn't have bought them.
right? Exactly. Forget it. $10? No. 99 cents. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick them up all. See what I'm saying? But even if you say 1 pair, right? 1 at a regular price at almost $10 a pair, 5 at 99 cents. You see the difference, right? The regular price will not move me at all. Like I said, I just went there to look. Okay, what made me go for all the pants is the unbeatable 99 cents clearance price. Okay, so as I said, my son has much more clothes than I do. Okay, so of course he had those sweaty pants, right? But I couldn't let those sit there. I could not let them go at 99 cents. We're talking about the comfort level goods here, okay? He did not need 5 extra pairs of pants, but because the price was so good, I bought them all, okay? The same with that woman that already had 10 pair of pants and we're looking at the 11th ones at $2, okay? You can't just let it go. You would not even look at this pants at a normal regular price, which was probably like, in her case, probably $65 or so, right? But at $2, yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about comfort level goods, our desire to buy or not to buy will always be affected by the price, okay? Here. And with price, here's the relationship. $10 per pair of sweatpants for a 2-year-old, you said you will buy 1 pair, right? At 99 cents, I bought 5. See? As price increases, the number of units I am willing, it's not a must-have thing, it's comfort levels. I am willing to increase my quantity, to buy more. Q stands for quantity. SP for price. As price increases, I'm willing to demand and therefore buy more. Oh, what am I saying? It's the other way around. Goodness. I'm getting confused. Yes, thank you. As price increases, I'm willing to buy less. I'm going one pair at $10. Please don't get confused, okay? As price drops, I am willing to buy more. Quantity increases. Willing is the key word. Nobody is moving me, right? The pants were just sitting. I could have just walked by. No, I couldn't. I couldn't walk by. At 99 cents, no, right? Let us have an example. Or did I say 10? Well, I clear up their counter, okay? All right, this does not look like one pair or none, right? Okay, all right. That's the relationship between prices and number of units or quantity we're willing to buy when we discuss comfort level goods, okay? As price increases, we don't need them. We're not interested, we walk away. As price drops, we're all in for to see how far down it could go, okay? All right? Right? How many times walking through the store, what would they say? They would have, I don't know, I would look at a bag of grapes and I would say, the price is not really that good. And then they will run a special, buy 1 pound of grapes, get the second one at half price, right? What does it do, this special promotion? It lowers the price of the good, right? Or sometimes what do we get? Buy 1 pair, get 1 pair free. Maybe with apples or shoes or something. You know, I wonder why they never run this promotion for cars. Buy 1 car, get 1 at a half price, right? You've never heard this commercial before. Me neither. Yes. Anyway, so when we talk about comfort level goods, what moves us to buy more or not to buy is the price. So this relationship, as you can see it, as I noted down, is called a negative relationship between the price and quantity demanded. Okay. As price increases, then we demand lower quantity. Q drops. Okay. As price decreases, we demand higher quantity. Quantity increases. That, look, higher price, lower quantity. Lower price, higher quantity. That shows that there is a negative relationship between these two. We're looking at a negative relationship between price and quantity. Negative relationship that describes consumers' preferences. Consumers' preferences. Preferences. Okay. Negative relationship between the price and quantity describes consumers' preferences. We can say the cheaper the better. The more expensive, we're not really interested in the good. Okay. Okay. So when you look around you, when you look at your regular everyday consumption, there is very little that we absolutely have to stay alive. The majority of the goods and services that we buy, it's for the comfort. Okay. Right. So that's what describes consumers. That's what consumers prefer to have, lower prices. So every dollar we have could go further, right? So spending the same amount of dollars on goods that are cheaper will get us more of those goods, and it's going to make us feel great, right? Right? So one of the driving forces, one of the forces that drive the economy is consumers with our preferences. The cheaper, the better. Okay? All right? Any questions? That's only one side of the economy, okay? I'm going to scroll up. The second is the supply force. I mean, that's not enough just to want something. Somebody else got to make this happen and deliver to a store, right? So supply of goods and services that we demand, buy, and consume comes from producers. Comes for producers. Who are these producers? Any business firm, any enterprise that offers, that makes goods for sale or services, anything. Okay, what do we have here? We have Dunkin' Donuts. They're selling donuts and ice cream and God knows what else, right? Jimmy John's sandwiches. We have pizza places, right? We don't really have an enterprise that makes physical goods like chairs or factories or whatever, but the examples that we have, the producers, is places where goods is being assembled to its final shape and delivered or sold to a consumer. Okay, pizza place, a bakery, a restaurant, a place where they make shoes or maybe repair shoes. Any business firm that makes goods or services and sell them to producers, to consumers, will be called a producer. Okay. Let's just start on producers and we'll finish on Thursday because we're already running out of time. Okay. So producers. Okay. All right. Just to leave you with something to think about. Think of a pizza place, Larry A's or Jill Sosimo's on the Square, right? What do we have? Domino's. We used to have Papa John's. We don't anymore. So at every pizza place I mentioned, and I think there is another one, right? Palermo's. Is there somewhere, some other place? Okay. At every pizza place I described, pizzas are made from scratch. You have to make dough, then shape it in with a proper thickness. All of a sudden, I really feel like having a pizza, don't you? Yeah, I know. So that's probably not a good example right before lunch. So you have to make it pizza kind of like with the dough, then put all the toppings in, put it in the oven, bake it, then sell it. All of that, making a pizza happen, is gonna cost a producer some money, okay? There is a cost to make a pizza happen. A pizza happen. A cost, right? Now, first, you have to have a building. You can't just make pizza outside in the snow, right? Building. Okay. You have to have people who are actually making pizzas. Now, that building, you have to have electricity. You have to have running water, heat. Then, of course, flour, right? To make the dough. Cheese, mushrooms, onions, pineapple, ham, sauce, tomato sauce, all the ingredients needed for pizza. Flour, toppings, okay? This, what I wrote down, does not cover absolutely everything you have to make pizza happen, but that's enough to make a pizza happen. Building, make sure water is running, electricity, equipment, right? Right? Equipment. So look what happens. First, if you decide to open a pizza place, put yourself in a pizza owner shoes, okay? You need a building. You can either buy one, rent one, or build one, okay? Money. Then you need to buy and install the equipment. Again, money, right? Then you have to hire and train. Is there any training required? Probably there is some training required for workers. Then you have to pay to make sure there is a heat, electricity, and water. Then you have to buy flour and the rest of the toppings. Look how much money you have to put up front before you see even the first pizza coming out, right? That's what all adds up to the cost of a production. Okay, let's see. Cost of production. Okay, toppings. I'm gonna get this one. You have it, utilities, flour, etc. Cost of production. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Cost of production. So basically what I'm trying to say is there is money involved before you see the first pizza that is ready to be sold. Okay. So let me stop right here. We're not done with discussion of the supply, producers, and their production needs, which is going to stop right there. Okay. I want you to think about what we just said. Okay. Think what would be like to open a sandwich place, the one that you would run. Think what it would be like to open a bakery. Think what it would be like to open a restaurant. Okay. All right. We're going to continue with producers and supply on Thursday and continue working with chapter 4. Right? For now, we're going to stop. Okay. And I'm